Welcome back to the Part 5 tutorial of FastAPI in Python. In this video, we'll learn how to add query parameters to query based on criteria from the database. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Lian. Welcome to Just Into Data, where data science and data engineer materials are shared and made simpler for you. Let's continue to build upon the code from the previous videos. We'll work based on this basic get operation. We'll leave the path as it is, so still /users. Let's change the function name to getUsersQuery, since we'll add a query parameter. Then, within the parentheses, we'll add a parameter called limit, with type declared as int for integer. So, this function parameter is not a path parameter, since we did not specify it in the past, like this username. So this limit is a query parameter. So now we have one query parameter called limit. Again, this is because FastAPI considers a function parameter as a query parameter when it is not a path parameter. What can this query parameter do? We'll still ask the function to grab the values of user database as user list. Then, within the return statement, instead of returning all of user list, we can add square brackets to filter for, say from beginning, until limit, the query parameter. So this query parameter of limit is used as the limit for printing only the first few users from the database. That's why we've declared its type as integer, since it should be an integer there. So suppose we set limit to be 2, and then there's a GET request sent to the path of users. Only the first 2 users within the database will be returned. In fact, you probably had seen and used query parameters when surfing the internet. They also appear in the URLs. For example, this query parameter of limit can show up like this. It is after the question mark in the URL as key value pairs. This is saying the query parameter limit is assigned a value of 2. If you're still a little confused of the definition of query parameter, let's see a real-life example as well. So this is reddit.com. Within Reddit, there's a search box. Let's type in FastAPI. You can see that there was probably a GET request sent to the path of /search with query parameter. This parameter after the question mark q set as the value of FastAPI. Now if we also click sort, and let's choose relevance. If you look at the URL again, after the question mark, there are 2 query parameters. Q with the value of FastAPI and sort with the value of relevance. Alright, let's get back to PyCharm. Now we have this new get operation with a query parameter limit. I still have the app running within the terminal, so I can just save the code and then the app should be reloaded. Let's go to the browser. There it is, the get operation to the path of users with function called getUsersQuery. Let's expand and try it out. This time, under parameters, you can see our query parameter called limit. It is required as integer. Let's put a value of 2 and execute. You can see that the URL has path of /users, followed by a question mark and query parameter limit equals 2. And we've got a response of 200 success, response body as this list of dictionaries. Due to the query parameter of limit, it is showing only the first 2 users, Jack and Jill, but not Jane. We can also try to change limit to 1 and execute again. So now, there's only the first user of Jack being returned. This is great. Now, what if we don't want to have to put a value of limit each time? We want to make it optional rather than required. Let's get back to the code again. After declaring limit as integer, we can also add a default value, say equals 2. Now let's save this code and go back to the doc. We'll refresh the docs. You can see that the limit query parameter is still integer, but it has pre-filled the value to be 2 for us. And the little red print saying it's required also disappeared. So we don't have to enter anything, just click execute. Since by default, the limit is 2, so only 2 users are returned. This is great. We can even go back to the limit parameter and remove the default value of 2 here. If we execute, you can see that only the first 2 users are returned again. So FastAPI used the default value of query parameter in the background. And if you look at the request URL, this is not even showing the query parameter of limit, since query parameter is not a fixed part of the path. That's why we can set them to be optional with the default value, and FastAPI will still use its default value. Let's go back to the code and look at this get operation we built previously. Different from query parameters, a path parameter will be a fixed part of the path, so it will always be required. So let's say even if we put a default value of username, say equals Jack, now we think we've set a default value of the path parameter, but if I save this code and go back to the docs, refresh the doc, and if we expand the other getUserPath operation, the path parameter username is still required. So to recap, while we can make query parameters to be optional with default values, the path parameters will always be required. Alright, you've learned how to add query parameters that are either required or optional with default. That closes the basics of retrieving data using FastAPI. In the next video, we'll learn how to write operations to add new data in the API. We'll use a different operation, the post operation. Stay tuned. Did you learn something new in this video? If so, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button below this video right now. If you're interested in more data science tutorials and courses, please head over to our website justintodata.com. Thank you and see you in the next video.